In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to install WordPress using the one-click install method. There is also the manual method, but this one I'm going to show you the one-click install. So our website looks like this at the moment. It's showing a 404 error, and other programmers or web designers, they prefer to, some of them, they use a coming soon page, just a one-page website that is got, website is coming soon and things like that. So they normally do that on websites that have activity already, but in this case, this is a newly registered website. It's not yet published. They probably know visitors that are coming here, so I'm gonna be leaving it like that. But yet I can do a lesson on how to create a coming soon page for your website. So let us head over to our cPanel. In the previous lesson, I've showed you how to log into your cPanel, so I'm not gonna explain that. Once you log into your cPanel, what you need to do is to go to software, okay, or you can go to scripts and then you can just click on WordPress. Now, one thing that I want to emphasize is that some of the platforms that offer hosting, they don't give you access to use different platforms to build your website. So it might look different from what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to go to scripts. It's the same thing if I click here, and then if I click here, it's actually the same thing. Or if I click here, it's actually the same thing. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this bottom one. And then once I click on the bottom one, what's going to happen is that it's going to take me to this page, which is called Software Killers. Okay, so Software Killers, if you guys want to play around with it, you can also find some of the options that you can use, because WordPress is a platform that you use to create a CMS, content management system, but there are some other one-click install that you can actually do, like educational. There is Moodle, and there is all these. And then in my early days, I played around with this a lot. Okay, and there's forums. If you need to have like your kind of Facebook kind of forum and things like that, you can actually do that with these scripts. So yeah, again, let us focus on WordPress. So as you can see, this is the homepage for WordPress, and that's what you're seeing right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the install button and then click on install. Once I click on install, a page is going to come, and the first option that's there is choose the installation URL. So what it simply means here is, if you do installation URL, you're going to find out that there is choose protocol. So protocol, I normally use HTTPS ://www. That's what I use. And then here I only have one domain here, but if you had more websites in one account, they're going to appear here, okay? Or if you have a subdomain, which I'm going to show you on a later stage. And then the directory simply means that you're putting a, let me just explain this in a way that you understand, guys. Let me see. Okay, so let's say redirecting visitors. You want visitors to come to your house. Okay, you want visitors to come to your house. Remember the house example that I gave that time when we were actually starting out these lessons. Okay, so that is a house that has got different rooms. Okay, and this is another room on this side, and this is another room on this side, and yeah, that's it. That's a one complete house. Assume this is one complete house, guys. Okay, so what we are simply saying is that if someone types in our website, do we want them to get to the main house first, or we want them to go straight to a separate room? Okay, so think of the separate room as the directory. Okay, the directory. So if we are going to install, click quick install, it simply means for someone to visit our website, they will be visiting www.com, whatever your company.com /WP to view our website. Okay, that's what happens. In most cases, a lot of beginners make that mistake, and what I need to do is to actually make that mistake, and then come back and correct things for you guys. So assuming that you've overseen this process and then you just left it like that, and then I'm gonna come back and explain what it means, and then I'm going to just click on install. I'm just to click on install, and then what's gonna happen is that it will take a few minutes, like it says here, 3 to 4 minutes, and then the installation is done. So what it simply means is if I go to my website, okay, it's going to show that it's now installed. As you can see, I just refreshed and then the information is there. But the mistake that's there now, if you look here what I was actually explaining, okay, so when someone types in the website name, there is this extension that says WP, which is what we don't want. Okay, let me just go ahead and copy this. Okay, and I'm just gonna paste it here again. Okay, the website name, and then I'm gonna put enter. As you can see now, if I put enter the .com, there is a 404 error. Okay, there's a 404 error, and the reason why there's a 404 error, it simply means that for someone to get to the website, remember the example that I gave you, that you want to direct someone to a separate room, or you want to direct them to the main door. Okay, so here what you have just done is that you want people to come to the main door, but the main door of your house is locked. The one that is open is called WP. Okay, I'm just gonna put /WP, and then I put enter on my keyboard. Voila, the website is actually showing. So in order to correct that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to the installation. Okay, and I'm going to go to return to WordPress management. Okay, once I come to WordPress management, you're going to see a page like this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to say uninstall or delete. Okay, so I'm just going to uninstall this from the database, and then I just select everything, and I need to remove this installation, and then I'm just going to say okay. Okay, so what it simply means is that what I've done, I'm just kind of removing it. So I'm going to go back again to my WordPress installation, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on install. Okay, once I click on install, we are now on that page. So the first thing that you do when you come to this page is to remove this, okay, so that your website remains as .com, and you scroll down, and then here you need to put the website name. So I'm going to say here lesson website. Okay, and then here description, how do you describe your website in just 5 words? Okay, learn how to create websites. Okay, that's how I describe this. Or here on the site name, I could say Creative 21 Studio. I can call it whatever I want. And then the admin username, avoid using the default. So the default here is admin, and there is a pass. So you can actually use a default username that you want. You can even put your name. I would say Kuda, or if you want to say, I would say Kuda at C21. Okay, at C21, Kuda at C21. Make sure you remember this. Okay, and then on the password, you can just use the generate password, or put a password that you want, that you should not forget. So let me just, in this case, I'm just going to generate, and I need to keep this password somewhere safe. Okay, I'm just going to copy that. And then on the administrator email, you can use admin at your website.com, or you can actually use your Gmail account. Okay, you can even say Kuda at gmail.com. It's up to you. It really doesn't matter. Okay, because you can make changes. You can actually make changes later. Just because I've created an email for my business already, I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then when you scroll down here, enable multi-site, just leave this like that. Okay, just leave this like that. And then here you have an option to choose a language. Of course, choose a language that you prefer. I'm just gonna go with English. And then backups, plugins. This one you don't have to worry about them because we're going to be talking about plugins on a later stage. And then advanced options, these are some of the information that you may need to know, but not now as a beginner. But what it simply means is your database, where your files are going to be kept and things like that. Okay, so here there is other options that say auto upgrade WordPress plugins, auto upgrade WordPress themes and things like that. We're going to be talking about that. You can also disable emails. Let's say you don't want to receive emails about your website, you can do that. But about the plugins and the themes, we talk about that in the next coming lessons. And here there is backup duration. So a website needs to be backed up if you continuously put content onto it. Okay, so default option, you can actually use a local folder. I'm just going to select default, and here you can actually select if you need to backup or not. So if maybe you want to backup once a month, I prefer, if your website doesn't do much activity, I just prefer you backup once a month. And then rotation, we are saying how many backup files do you want to keep. I'll just say 3. So what it simply means is that let's say you have done your backup in this first month, and then another backup in the second month, another backup in another backup month. What the system is going to do is that it's going to look here and then count 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to automatically delete this backup because it will be an old backup file. Okay, that's basically what it simply means. Some of the hosting platforms, for you to back up your website again, they charge you money. Okay, so it depends if they have that. Okay, so once done, here I can select a theme. I'm going to be talking about themes on a later stage, but in this case, just leave it as it is. Okay, and then you can even ask them to send you installation URL. So installation URL, installation email details, I'm just going to use the admin. Okay, and then once I do that, I'm going to make sure that I have my password saved, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on install. Again, it's a matter of waiting a few minutes so that the installation can be done. Voila, the installation has been done. So right now, a couple of things has happened. WordPress has been installed to your domain. So if we come here, okay, if we are going to refresh this, okay, this should give us an error. Okay, the reason why this is giving us an error because it's trying to read the files in /WP. So I'm just going to remove WP and then remain with the .com. And the .com remains. This is our website right now. Okay, that's our website. And Clubhouse yourself, you've actually done a lot now. It's now starting to take shape. And then the second thing is that it actually gives you an administrative URL. Now the administrative URL is where you get into your WordPress and start working on your website. So that's about it. And then an email has been sent to that email address that I spoke to you about, that I said you can actually get the notification. Okay, so that's how you install WordPress. Please just post about your progress in our community, and at the same time, please ask questions. I'll be more than happy to ask you. You've gone through the lesson on how you can actually ask questions. And with that said, thank you so much for watching, and bye.